Sorry about that, y'all. Peace, flat power. What's going on, y'all? It's Master Peace. Let me get a comment right off the bat, just to show that I'm connected. I just tried to stream, and then I switched from Wi-Fi to my data, and obviously that didn't work out too well because I went flat, I went blank, and now I'm back up again. 23 seconds in. Give me some love if you can hear me, because I'm ready to go right in. I got someone watching, 2 people watching. Let me know. Am I connected? Am I connected? Last time I switched to Wi-Fi and I shouldn't have done that. So I lost connectivity. So let me know. Because today I got something powerful for y'all. I got something good for y'all. Alright? Hey, what's going on? Sea level. Yo, sea level. Am I coming in loud and clear? Let me know. It's spotty. My connection is spotty. Okay. Damn it. This is disappointing, y'all. This is really disappointing. This is where I stream all the time. I don't want to have to turn this one off and delete this. It's saying very bad connection still. What the fuck? Hold on, let me see if I could. What's going on, sea level? Let me know. Yeah, it's spotty, eh? Damn it. Very bad connection, still. Okay, it should be coming in better now. I'm just setting it up, y'all. Just getting the stream set up. Really, it looks fine on your end. Wesley stays. Damn it. This is very aggravating. Because I always stream with you guys just like around my crib. So, now that it's saying it, you guys are saying it's spotty. Well, I got someone saying it's alright. And my YouTube is saying it's a very bad connection. Oh well, I'm hoping you guys can hear me. Alright, I'm gonna get going with this. Because there's 5 people watching. So I'm guessing this is enough to see. So 93 million miles. Okay, looks great and sounds good. Alright, here we go. 93 million miles away, y'all. That was a challenge. Because I didn't have anything 90 million miles. Like, okay, I have like a measuring tape. And I could bring out 93 inches on this measuring tape, which would mean that every inch is a mile. But then when I tried to find objects like balls to represent planets and suns and moons, I couldn't find anything less than an inch. And to still keep it in the same scale. So if like an inch was the sun, I couldn't find anything that was like a centimeter than like a millimeter for the moon and the earth. So what I got here, you see that exercise ball out there? That's like the biggest round object I could find. And see how I got the little equator going across on it? It's just to let me know that it's level. Level. And then I got the moon here, you know, got the face on the moon, which is very important because when describing the moon as a sphere, and if it's like, you know, rotating around us, we should be able to see different faces of the moon. But we always see it locked right on us. Sorry, y'all. I just wanted to demonstrate, you know, the sizes. I wanted to demonstrate the, you know, East Coast, West Coast, Canada, Africa, you know, Asia, Australia. Wesley Stace says sea levels on drugs. I should know that by now. Oh man. Okay. So. Okay. So, I'm going to show you guys. I'm trying to tell her to back out. Okay, there. Okay. The reason why I drew the land masses was just to kind of give an idea of where we're going to be moving. I'm not going to move from east to west across the globe, although I will after this is all said and done. But I just want to demonstrate how the perspective, the angular change, the angular difference between people on the West Coast and people on the East Coast. You see how it's only a fraction of the Earth, the West Coast and the East Coast. So don't let them think of. I know it's easy in America, North America, to think of the world as America. You know, you're at the hub of everything. We get it. You're the center of everything. But you know what? There's more land masses out there. So when you look up the fact that, oh, not all of America will be able to see it, that's a big red flag, because America is very small, right? North America is very small. America is even smaller. It's like just a little right here, a little slice right here. Okay, Canada's way bigger. South America is way bigger. So there's a lot more other land masses that should be seeing this at the same time. Because remember, the sun is supposed to be 93 million miles away. 93, that's inconceivable. Inconceivable. When you say 10 miles, you kind of get the, okay, 10 miles. When you say 1,000 miles, you're like, okay, that's a big distance. I don't know, I can't really imagine it. 1,000 miles away, that's probably somewhere in like England or something. You say that to yourself. But then, 93 million miles, not 93 miles, not 93,000 miles, 93 million of them. So holy shit. So here, we got the edge, we got the West Coast here, Cali and British Columbia. And over here we got Nova Scotia, you know, Greenland, Iceland, all the way over here, England. This is just a crude, not to scale model. And you guys shouldn't really care about to scale models, because whenever we look at to scale models on the internet, it's always, you know, the sun is right here, the earth is right here, and the moon is here. And it's showing you the light condensed down into a cone, which should never do. It should always expand wider out. But anyhow, that's how they want to give it to us. That's how we'll play it. So, we got this Earth, Moon. Now, the reason why the distance between these two is what it is because, remember, it's not really so much as the Earth as it is the perspective, okay? Because remember, the sun and the moon are just in the right ratio so that they block each other just enough. So let me just line this up. Okay. See how you gotta make sure that these are the same size. in perspective, okay? Because the whole thing about it is that it's going to be in the just the right amount of coverage to just cover the sun. You know, 400 times smaller, yet it's 400 times further away, or some shit like that. It's what they say. So that's what we're gonna keep in mind. And as this eclipse happens today, we are going to watch this happen. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna watch this transgress, and we're just gonna show you how, no matter if you're on the East Coast or the West Coast, you should still be able to see very great the eclipse. So, you know, forgive me for this poor streaming quality, because it's just really it's really messing me up, and there's things happening around the house that are just, it's messing me up. It's throwing off my game. I'm getting message after message coming in. It's so annoying from WhatsApp and everything like that. They keep on popping up on the screen and keep on messing up my flow. And people are in and out of the house. It's just messing up my flow. You know, I'm not a multitasker like that. Okay. Daniel Reza. Okay, so we're gonna get right into this. And I'm gonna show you guys, man, some shit that really had me bugging. And it actually made me excited as well, because, hey, we're all in this together. We're trying to find out this truth together. Okay, so let's line up Canada. We got Canada here. Now, they say that the eclipse should be visible here at like, I think it's like sometime after like noon on the West Coast. So it'll be like 3 or 4 for us. So we got a couple hours. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna indicate here, okay, West Coast. And there's about 4 or 5 hours time difference across the east, okay? So we're gonna put that there. Okay. Just gonna rest it here. Now, let's get this turned. So we got the North Pole up top. There we go. Sorry for the crude drawing, y'all. But this is supposed to be the globe. Wait. It's supposed to be the globe. Everything is backwards. Okay? It's spinning, and then we get back to North America. Okay. Here we go, guys. From the West Coast to the East Coast. That's all we're gonna be paying attention to right now, okay? So, I'm gonna turn my camera around. Get down on the float. And I'm just going to move this so that it lines up like I had it lined up before motherfuckers came starting to bother me. Okay. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna move that car and we're gonna get it really popping. So bear with me for 1 second, and I'm gonna show you guys how impossible it is to have this eclipse change. So just bear with me 1 second. I'm just gonna reverse that car out. Just gonna reverse this for 1 second. 1 second. it going, bud? Good, thank you. Me. Hey, thank you. I just got a little congratulations because it's. I just got a little congratulations. It was my birthday yesterday, y'all. My birthday. I turned the big 3-0. 30 years old. 30 years on this plane in this physical form. In this specific physical form. 30 years on this plane. And I've learned a lot. And I'm going to keep on learning. I'm never going to stop learning, y'all. 30 years ain't nothing. So, yeah. What did we do for my birthday? We went treetop trekking in a little place called Bruce Mill. Treetop trekking, just from tree to tree, zip lining and all that. Came home, had some delicious vegan cake, some vegan burgers, you know, some French fries I made. And yeah, man, it was great. Hey, everybody that's watching, please take a second and hit that like button. I really would like to have your support out there. And man, I need some resources, man. So if you want to donate, then go ahead and do that. I got this crude setup here for today. I wish I could have some stuff hanging down from the ceiling, and I wish I could have like a roller tripod so I could really get the orbits right, like they have in the movies. It's cheap on Kijiji, and I could just orbit that tripod around. But anyways, we're doing with what we can, all right? And it doesn't take much to awake the masses, especially with how dumb this lie is. So let me turn the camera back around and show you guys what we're working with here, because this is going to be a monumental effort. Okay? All right. There we go. There we go. We got the sun. And we got the moon. Okay? Now, the crazy thing about all of this is that these figures that they give us, that NASA gives us, it's so goddamn hard to replicate. It's freaking impossible sometimes to replicate. So you're kind of just stuck like doing what you can, trying to figure out their math, their science, and it's just like, god damn it, who the hell wrote this lie up? Because let me tell you, if they're trying to keep this, you know, from being duplicatable because of how boring or how rigorous it is, then they're definitely doing a good job. That's all I got to say about that. Okay, y'all. Now, the sun is 93 million miles away, okay? That's what they say. Well, I don't believe that, but that's what they say. So here we are. We got the sun, which is the blue workout ball, and we got the moon, which is this little guy right here, okay? Man on the moon. He's kind of looking a little sideways. There we go. So, they say that in a distance, now I gotta change the exposure. They say that in the distance from the west coast of Canada to the east coast, you will be able to fully see the eclipse here, full coverage, and on the far east, 0% coverage. In fact, they say the two bodies will be side by side over here. Okay, so on the west coast, they say you're gonna have 100% full coverage, and on the east coast, you're gonna have no coverage, which means the sun is not gonna be in front of the moon. Okay, now, there's also a really good point that was made by somebody, and I'm gonna have to go outside and catch it on camera right now. They said that on eclipses, you never really see the two bodies come together. You never really see the moon in the sky slowly going into the sun's path, and then the sun slowly merging with the moon. Instead, they always say it just comes out of nowhere. So we're gonna definitely take a look outside, and we're gonna peep that. Now, I know that Dredge is live streaming too. Okay, you've been exposed, and I really wish I could have done this on his channel, but my laptop is not here right now, and if he drops me the link, then I'm definitely gonna go join. All right, So basically what I'm saying is, I'm gonna put my camera down. I'm gonna put my phone down on this ball, okay? And I'm gonna move the camera across the west to the east of it, okay? I'm gonna start it off like here, and I'm gonna go there, okay? Because that is the length we're dealing with. And if anything, I'm being generous with this, because look how small I made the Pacific Ocean, okay? You should just see a little bit less Australia. But I mean, it's crude, and it does what it does, okay? It do what it do, like Under the Ether says. Shout out to Under the Ether. Shout out to Brother Sanchez. Shout out to Dreads, You've Been Exposed. Shout out to Subtle Infinity. Shout out to Authentic Intent. Shout out to the big ones doing it in the game, you know what I'm saying? Everybody from, you know, the Jeranisms and the Globebusters and right on down. I'm even going to shout out Eric Dubé, because he really awakened me to this, even though he's done some controversial shit that I don't agree with more recently. So when I make my camera movement like this, you guys, like this, back and forth, line it up. When I make my my little slight movements, like right now to now, that is gonna represent the distance that I am covering from the East Coast to the West Coast, okay? So when I go like this, when I pan, that is covering the distance, okay? So right now, I got the ball in front of me here. And what you guys are gonna be seeing is the sun and the moon. But all I'm gonna be doing is going from this to here, here to here. Okay? On this little crude North America. Just gonna go from here to here. Okay, so just so you guys know what I'm doing. Okay, let's get it set up. Okay, now it's set into place. Look how perfect that is. Let's move that back a bit to get it the exact size. Okay? The exact size. Now I know. We shouldn't be able to manipulate the distance. It's just that if I could have, I would have gotten a smaller ball. Okay? I would have gotten a smaller ball, but if anything, that just helps the globe argument, okay? Because it's just going to be even more out of alignment. It might be a little advanced or whatever, but it's all relative, at least. I mean, god damn it. I mean, how the hell am I going to get 93 million miles of you know, measuring? Who the hell measured the 93 million miles in the first place, okay? That's what I'm saying. We go to believe it, and then we look at all these like mock-up books in science and with these crude examples, and we take it for granted. So hey, you know, why can't we do that? We watch Bill Nye explain some silly shit, so let's get some home testing done, all right? And besides, this is just simply to show you guys that from left to right in Canada is not gonna make a difference. See how I'm going left to right, left to right, and I'm doing it in accordance with what I told you guys with the ball here. Okay, from the East Coast to the West Coast, east to the west. Okay, flip my camera back around. Thank you to everybody out there who's liking and supporting and subscribing and sharing. I really appreciate it. So we're gonna go from left to right, from left to right. And now they're saying that on the East Coast here, we're not gonna see any of the eclipse at all. At all. Well, this is what I call a checkmate, motherfucker. Flat fucking power. Can I get a flat power in the chat? To the West Coast over here, we're still seeing that sickle. Okay, that crescent. Now if I move it just in line here, and I go from left, okay, there we go. Okay, go from left coast to the east coast to the west coast here. And remember, I am using my my ball as a guide. Okay, from the east coast to the west coast. From the east coast to the west coast. West coast to the east coast. It's still okay. Now wait. Let me go to the other side of the globe, the far end of the globe. Okay, let me just set this up here. Okay, this is good. I'm on one side of the globe now. Let me line this up. Okay, now I'm on one side of the globe, right there, approximately. Yeah. And I'm gonna move to the other side of the globe. Now remember, this is a lot closer than 93 million miles away, even in this scale. In this scale that I made up, in this perspective scale, the distance, I mean, it's way off. If this was the Earth and the Moon, that sun out there, that blue sun, that would have to be like behind the next house. Because what I tried to do was I tried to measure out the 93 inches. I tried to do 93 inches, and then each one of those inches would represent like a million. But then I didn't have any objects. I didn't have any objects small enough to represent like the centimeters and the millimeters or whatever. If I had done that, then that would have been, there would have been a lot of controversy. People would have been saying it's crude and whatnot. So the glorious Earth that is not a sphere, looking over the horizon, seeing the moon rise. Let's get this just completely lined up, just so it's nice and beautiful. Yeah. But see how the moon is so much bigger? If I had a smaller object, that would just be perfect. But see how just moving from one coast of the, let me line up Canada. See how just moving from one coast to the other coast? It's just so funny how they expect us to believe in whatever they tell us. So I'm gonna keep this set up here, I think, like all day. You don't think I'm dedicated, huh? I could just keep this set up here all day and just like mimic what it's supposed to be doing. Now, see, it's so tough to get these guys into scale. That's why for visuals, I wanted to bring it back out here for the visuals. Now let's look for that moon. Let's look for the moon, because we should be able to see the moon. Let's see if we can see the moon. Okay. We got the sun. So damn bright, I can't even look at it with my own eyes. Okay, we got the sun. Where's the moon at? Where's the moon? Where's the moon? Where's the moon? We're looking for the moon right now because it should be hours away from eclipsing. Holy crap, it's bright out here, guys. I had to get into the shade. Fuzz. Okay, where the fuck is the moon? Hold up. Yo. The moon, we're supposed... Okay, the moon is in front of the sun, right? That's what they say. The moon is not further away from the sun. The moon is closer to the sun. So, why is it that I can't see the moon? Yeah, this is a big problem. And you know what? It's not like I expected to really see the moon because as of lately, the moon has been rising here and then and trailing off over there night by night, progressing in its cycle. So I think it's in a spot of the plane right now that we can't see, so that just blows out the whole argument right there. Like I really am looking for the moon, you guys. I can always see it when I'm supposed to see it. I can always see it, but not today, I guess. Wow. Well, I don't know if that's a proof right there. I'm not gonna go so far as to say that it is. I gotta get some sunglasses, y'all. That shit is bright out there today. Holy. So thanks for joining me, y'all. What's going on with you guys today, man? Update me on you guys. It's been a little minute. I'm gonna sit around here. We're gonna wait for this eclipse. You know what I mean? I probably will hop on Dred's channel later. Brother, You've Been Exposed. Please go subscribe to You've Been Exposed. I wanted to set this up for you guys just to show you that the further something is away, the more you have to travel to get a different angular perspective on it, okay? And if I could show you guys here crudely, got this guy, man, I don't want to tell you guys about the raccoons in Canada, all right? Man, they have been getting into everything. I mean, if you look outside, we built this little cage contraption so that they don't get in, and they've been getting in, and it's just ridiculous. Anyway, so here we go. I'm gonna show you guys what I mean, okay? Always think about this when talking to globe heads, okay, or scientists, okay? You got a point of reference, okay? Say that's the point of light. Say that's the sun. You can, if you draw a cross out from the sun, then you have 4 extremely different directions, okay? A whole 90 degrees. But follow that out, right? Now the next line could be here. Follow that out, right? Now, if you're here, and this is you, these are your extremely different directions. And you notice a beam of light is coming in to you here. Well, down here, you have another direction. And you follow it out. And you see how it diverges even greater? So now, to fill up the angle of here to here, then you need a lot, this angle to this angle, then you need a lot more degrees, okay? You need a lot more degrees to fill up this void. Now, say we have another extreme angle here. Now, guys, remember this. This is ammunition for your arsenal. And you know what's so funny is that, like, I mean, I see it right away. You know what I mean? I didn't have to be a flat earther for 2 years or whatever to think about this. When you look at the sun's rays, they're crepuscular. Okay, they're coming in parallel, which means that if your Earth here, all these rays would be coming in parallel, okay, past the Earth. Now, here you have many different angles. They all lead back to the source, but it's just because they're so spread out, you have many more angles to fill in order to complete that radiant circle. Okay? Now, if you go up, a line right next to it here may be very parallel, you know, right next to it. But as you branch out, it gets wider and wider, okay? And in order to fill that void, you would need a lot more rays, right? And they would shoot up to the point where it looks parallel. Okay? So 93 million miles away, all of the rays should be hitting Earth parallel. Which means that when you're here looking out, all the rays that you see should be coming down in a straight line. But instead, what happens is we see water, sun, got the sun here, got the clouds, here, and what you see, these rays here, you see them bursting out crepuscular fashion. Showing inconclusively that the sun is not 93 million miles away, because you know that I just told you that the further you are away, the more parallel they are. Now, if the sun's rays were crepuscular, right? This is what it would have to do. If it was 93 million miles away. This is what it would have to do. A beam of light, say here's Canada. Oh my God, how do you stop the notifications from coming in on a phone? It's so freaking ridiculous. Okay, so you have Canada here. So you have like Europe here and Asia here. If I'm in Canada on the East Coast and I look out, right? That's my view. That would mean for it to have crepuscular rays, say here's the atmosphere. There's the outer atmosphere or some shit like that. Whatever terms they want to use these days. The stratosphere, the ionosphere, whatever. That would mean that for me to see crepuscular rays over my little itty bitty lake, that would mean you'd have to have a sun ray that comes in, hits the atmosphere, and then disperses into crepuscular rays. But there's a problem with that, because what about this ray of light? How come that one doesn't disperse? And then how come this one doesn't disperse? And then this one disperse? Do you see the problem that we would have? Instead of seeing this, we would see this. Remember? Because every beam of light that's entering in is suddenly splitting up. Every point of light is splitting up. Because remember, it's 93 million miles away, right? But we don't see that. It's uniform. It's a nice uniform spread. Crepuscular spread. Okay? So first of all, you have to keep that in mind. So let's take this back out here. Let's try to find this this moon. Because God damn it, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. I can't find a motherfucking moon in the fucking sky when they should be really close to each other right about now. They should be like almost getting ready to marry. The moon should be walking down the aisle on her way to the shining husband. That's just not what I see. So I'm gonna have to try to keep a track of this moon before and after, just to make sure that we still do have a moon. Because when we're debunking this today, guys, when all the flat earth channels are debunking this, we got to remember that every little detail counts. Every little detail that they tell us counts. Okay? If it's caused by the sun going in front, by the moon going in front of the sun, I got to see the moon. I have to see the moon traveling to the sun. If not, then I have to conclude it as another body entirely. Okay? It has to be another body entirely. And Brother Sanchez speaks upon this. And more recently, Santos Bonacci speaks upon this. And Lotus Ocean speaks upon this. Everybody who I just named, you should go subscribe to. Okay? What's going on in the chat room? Give me a little update, you guys. This is insane. I hope Dreads drops me a link soon. Because we got to unify. And we got to come together on this, on the same platform. Alright? We got to do this because if I can't see a sun, I can see the sun. If I can't see a moon, and they're supposed to be doing one of these, and I can't see one of them, but we're supposed to be left with an eclipse, then this is all I got left for NASA. Okay? Because it was supposed to be doing one of these, but yeah. I'm looking at crepuscular rays right now, But I'm not looking at a moon. I can't see a moon. I mean, maybe you guys can see him. You guys can try to find it while I talk. Rahu and Ketu. Rahu and Ketu. Man, it's simply amazing. It's amazing how much we don't know. I mean, and you know what's so funny? Is that even the globers, even people that believe in the globe, will say, I don't know. You know, oh, what's 5.9 trillion light years away in the Vega star system or some shit? They'll say, I don't know. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, right? You can say, I don't know, and you can admit to this and that, but as soon as a flat earther says, oh, I don't know, I don't completely know the physics on that, oh, then the whole thing's a sham, right? Then the whole thing is out the window. That's bullshit. Man, I'm really trying to find this moon right now. I'm taking you guys all around the property of my suburbs, trying to find you guys a moon. Why? Well, masterpiece, why would you be able to see a moon in the daytime? Well, you always see the moon in the daytime, dummy. There's like at least a portion of a month where you're looking at the moon in the daytime. Oh, I see a chemtrail. I don't know if you guys can pick that up. But we definitely got a chemtrail going on back there. Check out my video to refresh your memory. Contrails. Because you know what? I feel like people really forget what contrails are. You know? They say chemtrails are contrails. Oh. Man, it's so annoying having people trying to get a hold of me while I'm trying to live stream. Got some phlegm coming up. Looking for a moon. Go ahead and hit the like button, guys. You know, let's show the powers that should not be that we are united in this, and we are united in the discovery of life, reality, and that we won't take their textbooks fakery into a serious account anymore. Here's the chemtrail. Okay, now if you keep your eye on where it's kind of dissipating, you can kind of see it's right around here. Keep your eyes on that spot, because this plane is going to go up and past this chimney, and the streak of the chemicals will still be right around here, when really it's supposed to dissipate with it. Now, I hope nobody thinks that this plane is flying straight up into the air. Like, you understand that this plane isn't flying up, right? It's actually flying, you know, towards us or above us and past us. The only reason it looks like it's going down is because of perspective, because of spatial perspective. We have to fit everything in, and that's how our eyes work. Like, please, everybody just tell me that you understand that simple fact. That plane is not going up higher into the atmosphere. It's going straight around us, and it is leaving a streak that falls down. Anywho, man, my backyard's a mess. We had a crazy storm here. Crazy storm. Knocked down my fence. Put my fence over on my plant here. You know what kind of plant that is. And wow, look at that. Look at that change of direction for that chemtrail. Oh, it looks like he's flying right over the sun. What are you trying to do that for? Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. No, no, it's doing it. It's going right in front of the sun. Fuck. so that the people under it, and you know what, the wind is probably going this way, so the people under it, oh, they're gonna get affected and they're not gonna be able to see it. I think that's their plan, but you know what? I don't think that their plan is gonna. I think that somehow, some way, things happen in such a way that you cannot, you know, the awakening is the awakening, the unveiling is the unveiling. The government can try to postpone it, but there's no real point. There's no real point. It's just, it's always, the truth has to come out no matter what, okay? See, look at this. Look at this. Wowzers. Fucking A, bud. That's what we say here. Fucking A, bud. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Along with the bacteria that they're gonna be sending up in the air, along with the shading out of the sky. God damn it. And all we're looking for here today is just a little bit of proof that the moon, when looking at the sun, which is that blue ball, see the blue ball right there? Well, this is the moon, this little white ping pong ball. Now that ping pong ball is a lot smaller than that blue ball. But you know, perspective. Or for people that don't understand perspective, the further something appears to move away, the smaller it gets. So, if anybody could tell me how a shift from here to here, remember keeping the measurement of what I drew up here, moving it from here to here, back and forth. In order not to see it, you'd have to swing it from here to here. That would be a feet and a half. But you know what? The fact is that we're only working with North America here, people. Okay? And in North America, they are saying that one part of it is going to be a complete eclipse on the west coast, and on the east coast is going to be you're going to miss it. You're not even going to be able to tell the difference. If you look at the website right now, that's what they're showing you. Now you see how it looks when something solid comes in front of another solid body. See how it just cuts it off like that? The next lunar eclipse that we have, guys, I'm going to show you something huge. It's going to be epic on the lunar eclipse. Because motherfuckers keep on saying that it's the shadow, and it is definitely not. It's going to be, it's going to be lit, y'all. So, we got our props set up there. And I really hate to keep on going over this, you know what I mean, and pounding it in there, but it's just, it just doesn't seem like, you know, people are really getting it. Like, moving your perspective, from not even across the whole globe, just within one continent, being able to see two different results in the celestial bodies. I mean, when you really think about it, when you get time to think about it, it just makes no sense. It's complete bullshit. We've been scammed, we've been shammed, and I'm here to show it. And you know what? On Dreads, on You've Been Exposed, I think you guys should go over there now. He's got like 1,000 people watching. Maybe even more than that. I think he's got like 2,000 people watching. Just realize, I wish I could get over there. Yeah, if you guys are over there at Dread's page, you know, shout me a holler so that he can drop me a link. Because This is just ridiculous, saying that from here to here, we should completely not be able to see it. They're saying that from here, from Canada, because remember I got the drawing here, right? So that's what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. We're really just saying we're going from here to here. And they're saying that the east coast of Canada, and I got to keep on repeating this because there's people that are, joining this live stream. I see the numbers going up. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. From here to here, from here to here, we're going to see no eclipse, eclipse. No eclipse, eclipse. No eclipse, eclipse. Okay? So we got the ball. It's not scientific. It's not official. But we got our ball. And from here to here. From west to east. From west to east. West coast to the east coast. From west to east. West coast. Let's line it up so it's right underneath. West coast, east coast. West coast, east coast. West coast, east coast. West coast, east coast. I'm kind of just figuring it out myself too, just having fun. As a kid, I would do this all the time. I would do things like this all the time as a kid. Look up into the sky. Try to make sense of it. Try to make sense of this. You know what I'm saying? Seeing the sun's rays. All that nonsense. I'd be on the ground and I would look up at the moon and it would be lit from, like, say, the top left. And then I would see the sun in the distance. And did you know that I would try to argue that? I would try to say, okay, well, if this is light sources coming from the top left, then that means that really when you put it into perspective, you have the earth here, the moon, and the reason why it's coming from the top left is because the sun is really just so far away and so massive that it only seems to be lit from the top left. Because of the angle of the sun is so big. But when I would be standing on the earth and I would look up and see the light source coming from the top left, it never really sat well with me. I just tried to explain it in my mind as this. Okay, as the sun being so great and so far away that it may, when I look up, from my point of view, it may look like it's being lit from the top left, but that's only because the sun is so big. You know what I mean? It made no sense. And you know what's so funny is that they say that here's the sun and here's the earth and here's the moon. It's so funny that they say that the sun's light casts a cone shadow on the bodies, right? Which would mean it would have to cover more than 50% of the earth, right? Because you have a circle, and then you have where it comes back to regroup again, to concave again, right? So if the light is coning, that would mean more than half of the planet has light. Okay? That means that when we look from the moon, when we look at the moon in front of the sun, we should see a shadow, and then kind of like a corona on the moon, right? Because remember, the light rays are coming around it and coning it, right? So we should be able to see not only a corona for the sun when the moon goes in front of it, but also a corona for the moon itself. Now, if that's a little advanced, then I apologize. But, you know, flat Earth is advanced. It's advanced physics, because when you look into the physics, like we all say, the only reason that we're flat earthers is because we have studied the globe. We have studied the globe model to the point where we know it better than the people that believe in the globe. And you see, I just said we know it better than they believe it, because it's true. It is all coming down to knowledge versus beliefs. And beliefs, they don't really have a place in 2017. I'm sorry. Beliefs do not have a place in 2017. So, I'm going to leave that on the table. I wanted to do this all day. I'm going to leave this on the table here and let y'all guys marinate on that and think about it. You know, I want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat, everybody that's supporting me right now, everybody that's been rocking with me. Dreads isn't live. Flat Earth Brooklyn. I thought Dreads was live. Oh well. Yo, Laves Robinson, what's going on? Or Yaves, Luna Moon, smiles and kisses to you too. You got some photos of the. Okay, cool. This is gonna be a really big day, guys. This is gonna be a really big day, not only for the flat Earth community, but I just think around the world. I think worldwide, this is gonna be a really big day. So let me just give a shout out. Sea Level, what's going on? Thanks, big respect. Wesley Stace and the Flat Earth News Talk. Hey, I watch you guys actually. I tune into you. I think it's you guys. I think you guys split the screen up and talk. Maybe I could be wrong. Danielle, from the edge of Cali, what up? Yo, you're gonna be in the perfect position to see it, Danielle Reza. That's exciting. Luna Moon, you're always rocking with me. Definitely shout out to you. Shout out to King So, Mercury retrograde. So you want to talk about retrogrades? King SO, you might be a flat earther. I don't know if you are. But this is how we can have a retrograde. I don't know if you already know this or not, but for anybody that doesn't know this, here is the sun. Here comes the sun, oh baby. Here comes the sun. It's alright. You guys know that song? Here comes the sun, not here comes the rotation of the earth into the sun. Oh baby, no, it's here comes the sun. It goes round and round the mountain when it comes. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. It's all about the sun and the moon. So here, D-Rec, what's good? Okay, we're talking about retrograde right now, just real quickly. So we got Mercury. Oh my gosh. You can't even write upside down with a marker these days. Okay, you got Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and Ting. You know, you got the bigger ones, Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, if we want to count that. I don't give a fuck. Okay, this is how retrogrades work. They don't work from, you know, it going around and then, you know, it's going left to right and then right to left. That's how the stars work, okay? When people say that they can see when people say they can see the stars moving in a different direction, that's simply because your perspective, you're seeing right here, you're seeing it go this way, while somebody else is seeing it go this way. Okay, that's all it is. Okay, but Mercury retrograde. This is how it actually works. The sun is on top of the flat plane, okay, and it's circling around the flat plane. But the planets, they're circling around the sun. They're being brought with the sun. So it's actually working like this. Okay? It's doing one of these. And we get the retrograde here. So it's going, and then it looks like it comes to a standstill. Then it goes back the other way. And then looks like it comes to a standstill, moves back the other way, standstill, and then back. And that's just how the retrogrades happen. All right. So let me get back to the chat. What's going on to King SO, D-Rec, A Little Brother, Flat Earth Frank? What's going on? Shout out to you, Alabama Skywatcher. And Alabama's in the house. You're going to get some great footage down there being in Alabama. Jonathan Doherty, what's going on? Much respect to you. Shout out. Jay Izette, what's going on? It's been a minute. Yeah, yo, I'm in Ontario, dog. I'm right above you. No sign of the moon yet. Like, if the moon and the sun are about to cross path, then why can't I see the moon? That's just it's nuts to me. We got Lala in the house. Layla in the house. Hello, naked girls for every taste. What? That must be a troll. Flat Earth Brooklyn. What's good? Let's see who else we got up here. Just like the railroad tracks spread as they go from you. Perspective. Or as they converge as they go from you. It's just all perspective, ladies and gents. Sorry, I'm just setting something up so that I can stream with you guys a little bit longer. Just because I really want to keep this going. Good morning, guys. Morning. How's everything going? Not here yet? Nope. Oh, hey, baby. Okay. Just want to get some flat power. Flat motherfucking power. Gonna plug this in. Yeah, man. Hey, why can't I see the moon? Like, seriously. Why can't we got someone in Maryland. Anybody else? Anybody else can't see the moon? Or better yet, who can see the moon? Who can see the moon right now? Who can see it? Somebody please look up in the sky and tell me if you can see the moon. If you can, that'll be good. And we'll be able to get like a little bit more. You see it. Show enough. Where you at? Where you at, Show enough? Where you at on this plane of ours? Because I'm really curious to know, because then that way we can get a proper time analysis. Okay? We can get a proper time analysis. Where the hell is my charger? Man, it's like you leave something somewhere and then you go to look for it and it's gone. I I need a charger.
Okay, there's one in the kitchen.
Get my charger, y'all. Got my charger. Where you at, Shonuff? Shonuff, Texas. Okay, you're in Texas. Okay, someone else was in Maryland, which is, I think it's like only like an hour over from Texas in terms of the timing zones. So let me know. Okay, Texas. If you can see it in Texas, but it can't be seen in Maryland or Ontario, then that definitely tells you that we're on a flat plane. Why, Masterpiece? Why would you say that? Well, let's think about it. The moon is 27% size the Earth, okay? So we'll say a quarter of the size of the Earth. We should be able to see wherever we are that moon in the same time zone. We should be able to see that. I am live denouncing the eclipse. Vlad, what's going on, Vlad? You live right now? Hey, if you want to pop me a link, that's cool. You could do that, and we could. I really would like to set it on my phone onto you cannot disturb or whatever. Okay, Texas. I see it in MN going behind the clouds. You're in MN. Where is that? Is that Maryland? Minnesota? Is that Minnesota? Do not disturb. Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota. Okay, so you're not as south as Texas, but Texas can see it. You can see it. Okay, hold on. Can somebody get SM Vids? Is that what? Fuck. I don't give a fuck what people comment. Let people leave their retarded ass comments. They ain't doing no truth searching. You got these people saying that what we're talking about is retarded. And it's just fucking hilarious to us in the flat earth community, because you got these people can't even tell you how big the globe is, can't even tell you how fast the globe is spinning, can't even tell you how big the moon is in comparison or on its own or in comparison to the earth or sun. You can't even tell you how fast we're traveling around the sun. So fuck y'all. It's no sweat off my back at all. It's fucking flat. Shonuff, you think it's round? What do you think is round, the moon or the earth? Obviously the earth is flat. Okay, Pablo Escobar, that's fine. I don't give a fuck what you're saying. We got some trolls up in the chat, y'all, and where are my moderators at? Like, honestly, whatever. We got some trolls in the chat. Obviously, they were planted here because when you're someone that, like, for example, a black person, a black person would never go onto a KKK's page and start typing, you know what I'm saying? Start trolling on a KKK page. Why would a black person be on a KKK page? But you know what I do find funny? When you go on to like Sonnetter and Black Consciousness or whatever, you see a lot of like Caucasian pages commenting like, oh, you guys are all niggers and stuff like that. And I'm just wondering what makes a person from the opposition go seek out this type of drama. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. I think it's for attention. I think a lot of these people don't have friends. Like real true friends that they laugh with and call them up. I don't think that they really have camaraderie, people that they can really call their homies, you know what I mean, with real trust. So I think that's why they come, you know, searching on opposition, on opposing channels, and they make themselves known as the bad guy, or you know, the retard or whatever, or the asshole, whatever it may be. And they come and they try to get their attention, and I think that they try to make a few friends out of it. You know, I think after all of it, I think that they try to make a few friends. So I mean, I kind of feel sorry for the trolls out there. It's just very sad to me. You know, it's like, man, you know, everybody, you know, wants friends in their lives. You know what I mean? But for a troll, it's just so hard, because they always want to be right. You know, a troll, they always want to be the center of attention. You know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like if it's not the troll's birthday, then they're not giving the love to the birthday boy or the birthday girl, because it's like, oh, I wish it was my birthday. And you know what I mean? That's how I look at trolls, really. Like Brenda. That's how I look at Brenda. The man woman, the transgender woman that comes on the panel. I think she has no friends, and she's just trying to make some friends. And I think it's the same with what's the name, Madon too, you know. And everybody, when they mention it, they say, well, respect to Madon, but you know, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna, you know, lay it on. There's no hate between me and Madon. We talk all the time. We're always building on the same panels. But I think it's the same for Madon with the friend thing, is that, like, he doesn't really have too many friends in the real world, like, you know, face to face. So what do? You come on YouTube, and you get some of that interaction, you get some of that friendly camaraderie, and you know, you oppose the views, you try to get the attention, and you drop in silly comments, and I think it's just for the attention. And I think it's sad, because, you know, Madon's a nice guy. He seems nice. He seems, you know, he can make a good joke. He seems like he's funny. You know, it seems like people can do more than just laugh at him. I think that he could seriously make people laugh with him. That's just my personal opinion. You know, I mean, there's no feelings of animosity or hate in between any of these people. I just think that people like Brenda, people like Madon, people like I don't know, all these other trolls that we get, like Tim Osmond. I think that they just don't have many friends, you know, and I'm the kind of guy that will be your friend. You know, I'm the kind of guy that in the real world, when nobody's talking to you, everybody thinks you're weird. You robbed everybody. You made a bad name for yourself, whatever. Maybe you're a little schizophrenic, and you're walking around the neighborhood, you know what I mean, talking to yourself. I'm still going to be your friend. I'm still going to, you know, try to hook you up. If you get your own place, I'll try to give you some pots and pans and some old chairs and shit like that. That's just the guy that I am. I'll help you move. That's just who I am. So I know better than anybody when somebody needs a friend. And I know that trolls that don't have anything to really add to the conversation to progress it, they just, like, you know, after 20,000 live streams, just keep on denying. I think those are the people that are in need of friends. And it just hurts my heart a bit. It's like, damn, why won't anybody give you, like, you know, their time of day? You know what I mean? Why won't anybody show you that love? Anyways, where my mods at? Finnish guy, you want to see me explain the lunar eclipse? Well, that can be done when we have the lunar eclipse, but or I can explain it right now, because I think what you're trying to get at is the physics of it, and like kind of just set it up how I did there. But actually, the lunar eclipse is even easier to debunk, because you know what? If anybody's ever really tried to figure out the lunar eclipse, it doesn't take them much. You don't have to go any further than taking two spheres a very strong light source and holding one sphere in front of the other. And it's very easy right off the bat to see what it really looks like for a shadow to move over a 3D surface. See, everybody looks at a lunar eclipse and they just say, oh yeah, the shadow moving in front of the moon, oh, whatever I've been told, indoctrinated, I'm just gonna listen to what the man says and stay sleeping without actually taking a strong light source, two spherical objects, and then moving it over, which I have done countless times. And once you do that, even just the first time, you realize how much of a sham it is. How much of a sham it is when you see a perfect dark circle move and eclipse another circle, right? And it stays in a perfect 360-degree circle the whole time. It doesn't warp and bend and wrap around like a shadow does. So for anybody in the chats there that is saying, oh, I'd like to see you explain a lunar eclipse, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking tool and you're asleep. And I hate to get belligerent like that, but I mean, calling somebody out for something that you've never done or tried is just, it's the epitome of idiocracy, of fucking ignorance. You fucking ignoramuses. Rahu and Ketu. Get to know about it. Motherfuckers think that a shadow will stay a circle, a perfect circle, over a sphere. Motherfuckers think that if you take a shadow and you move it over a varied horizon, that shadow is going to stay a shadow. No, that shadow's light is going to fall off and dip into the crevices and going to peek back up. So you obviously have not looked into the physics of a shadow on a sphere. And I'm going to roll up a next one because you know what? My girl just came out and I thought, you know what? I'd share the love. So what causes an eclipse, genius? Oh, sure enough. No, first of all, nobody's claiming genius here. Second of all, I'm not saying that you're ignorant for not knowing this, but I am saying that in the age of information, ignorance is willful. Okay, meaning you see in the chats people saying Rahu and Ketu. Okay? Rahu and Ketu are two bodies that aren't talked about. And for the trolls, yeah, I'm being a little bit more aggressive with the trolls. Although they don't bring that out of me. But when someone has somebody has a good question, like for sure, like show enough. I love a question like that. You know what I mean? So what causes it then? That's it. Just drop it right there. You know, one doesn't have to go off and be all belligerent and shit like that. Just say, hey, what causes it? Well, let me tell you. And you know what? I could be wrong. And I'm man enough to admit that. I could be wrong. But you know what? I happen to believe that the ancients, they had a very good understanding of the physics of our world. And when you read the Vedics, they speak about Rahu and Ketu, two celestial bodies that come in front of the sun and the moon, and they may even merge because one of them is shown as eating the body. But all we know is that information has been not lost, but it's been neglected, and we don't want to neglect the ancients' stories because they still navigated, they still went from sea to sea, they still went from continent to continent, they shared science and logic. So how are you going to give them all this creditation of Angkor Wat out in Cambodia, of the pyramids all over Africa, even the pyramids in North and South America, okay, what look like now to be mounds? How are we going to give them that much credit and say, wow, they did that. They accomplished that. They built those extraordinary feats of architecture and then completely disclaim them when they say Rahu and Ketu block the sun and the moon, and that is why we get the eclipse. No, you want to say, no, I want to believe in the science. I want to believe in the same people that have kept me down, the same people that have raped and pillaged lands, the same government arm that helps with the school curriculum, that helps with the fucked up medicine, big pharma that helps with the fucking, you know what I mean, the pollution, the news, all this big brother, right? This new world order, these select few elites, right? These timelines, these bloodlines. And we want to believe what they give us as science. That's just really, you know, I don't like to use the word Illuminati, but I do recognize them as the kind of like, they're like the controllers, I guess, the event manipulators of the world, the powers that should not be, the event manipulators. Okay, I'm just trying to get some more mods because I see a lot of people here that I respect, and they don't gotta we get some mods up here. I don't even care if you're a flat earther or not. I'm just gonna start adding people as mods. Sorry I took so long to give this to you. Flat Earth Brooklyn. Get a wrench. Alabama Skywatcher. Here's a wrench. Luna Moon. You must have a... You don't got a wrench, Luna? What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeti Love. Flat Earth Vegeta. Love Vegeta. Okay. Jesse King says that the moon is right next to the sun. You might need a filter to see it. Okay. And Greg Hunter says it's a new moon. Obviously, when it's a new moon, that means that none of the light from the sun is being casted on our perspective of it, which, again, I have to disagree with because I told you guys, Danielle, you're gonna get a wrench. I told you guys that if, or whatever, the sun or the moon, yeah, let me get to my point. What I'm showing you is that in any of the models that they show us, they always show us the shadow coming down to a cone, okay? Making it a smaller shadow. How coincidental, okay? So you got the moon's shadow going into a cone. Sidekicks or Sci6, Dre Midas, what's going on? You guys are definitely getting wrenched up right now. There you go, there's your wrenches. Okay, so the reason why a new moon makes no sense is because if they say that the shadow cone's smaller, then that means that there's gonna be a part on this curve where the light is still hitting it, but beyond the equator, okay? So say you got the widest part. I have to draw this again. Say you got the widest, where's my marker? Here it is. You got the widest part, right? Here and here. We'll call this the terminating line, okay? So we're looking at the moon. we see it's a new moon because it's all darkness, right? And then we should see a crescent. It'll be waxing and waning. Okay. So if the sun's light cones it, here's the maximum, and then here's the cone. Well, that means that the new terminating line should be here, not here on the dotted line, but here. But there's a problem with that. There is a spatial differential, a triangle that you can make of remaining land, okay? So you have the equator being this big, the widest parts, and you have the shadow left over from the cone being this big, okay? So that means that when you look behind the sun, behind the moon, on the new moon, because the light doesn't fall away like this, but it comes in like this, then it means that this is the new shadow diameter. And then it should fade. Fade. Now, I'm asking you guys to have an open mind here, okay? Open mind and an open heart, okay? You have to have an open mind and an open heart in order to see this. You can't tell me that the shadow cones, yet still fucking, we only get half of it in light and then half of it in darkness. Man, you guys are fucking retarded right now. Like, honestly, I'm not talking to anybody in specifically. I'm talking about the whole fucking indoctrinated world. It's just, there's no more reasoning. Now let's try to, and I know Dre Midas knows what I'm talking about with that. Dre Midas knows because he didn't bring that to my attention, but I remember specifically the live stream where he said that, and I was in complete agreement with him. In fact, I should probably get Dre up in this right now, but I don't know if I can. Okay, share. Let's see if I can share this with you guys. Copy link. Dre Midas, what's your email? Okay, Yavez, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Yavez Robinson. I can't see it now, he says, because it's going behind the clouds. Now, if you look up where I am, I barely got no clouds in the sky. Okay, really got no clouds in the sky. I can't see the moon for the life of me. And guys, trust me, I am looking straight at this sun. Like I sun gaze, right? And so I can stand to look at the sun a little bit. You know, I'm not completely gone when it comes to that. But when I'm looking around, I'm searching around, and you guys can see it, but I can't see it. How is this? What if I get some shades? It's so funny how, like, oh, where am I? I'm in Ontario, guys. I'm in South Ontario, okay? Toronto. Okay? That's where I'm at. I'm in Toronto. Yeah. I could try going into the shade, but it doesn't affect what I'm seeing. It, like, if I'm in the shade, it doesn't affect what I'm seeing. It's okay. I'm blocking out. Well, you guys are saying that it's like actually like right there. Okay, hold on. All right. Let me get my shades out. That way I can put this camera. What I can do is I can put this camera through the shades and we can see what's really going on, all right? And this is why I need better resources, y'all. I need better equipment, better cameras. I got to get this truth out there for you guys and show you guys this proof. So let me get a pair of shades. Don't go nowhere. Do you have any sunglasses? Alright, I got the shades. Let's see what's going on now. And I'm just gonna try putting it over the. No, this one's not powerful enough. Maybe for me though. Oh yeah. Yeah. Holy shit. It's a bright one, guys. So, I am seeing... Y'all, can't lie. I see a little bit of the moon going over the sun, a tad bit. And I'm wondering, where is it gonna go next? Wowzers. It's so crazy how all morning when I was out here, I couldn't see the moon. And it was not around the sun because the time, it wouldn't have made sense. But, I mean, I was out here like 7, 8. I was looking for that moon. Couldn't find it. And now, suddenly, people are saying they can see the moon. But shouldn't we all be able to see the moon? It's just ridiculous. So, right now, the way that we're seeing it, the sun and the moon from Ontario, is about this much coverage in Ontario. Basically, we're getting this much coverage, and the angle that it's on is right here. Just about a sliver. So what I'm seeing is this. See the sun? And I see the moon. Or whatever the fuck it is. So that's what I see. And people are telling me that in California it's gonna be a full eclipse. And I'm trying to illustrate it or demonstrate it or just explain it that if it's really that far away, if the sun is really that many millions of miles away, and the moon is really that many thousands of kilometers away or miles away, then everybody should be seeing relatively the same event. Relatively the same event. I shouldn't have to wait to spin into it to be able to see it fully. And so I mean, I really losing light here in Texas, sure enough. You're losing light in Texas. Okay, I really want you to pay attention to what you can see on the moon, okay? Usually, when something is very bright and it's behind an object, the brightness is going to encompass it. But when you block out that light, then your exposure adjusts. Your eyes adjust, things adjust to the point where you're actually seeing it brighten up. You should be able to see the moon brighten up a little bit. The moon has to be behind the sun. This dumbass needs to get off the drugs. Flat Earth haven't proved those eclipses. See, that is what is so sad, is that people would rather attack their fellow brother in a disrespectful way than listen to the whole argument and listen to the fact that we have referenced celestial bodies like Rahu and Ketu, which are nodes, which they circle with the sun and the moon. Now, everybody's gonna say, "Oh, you're retarded and you don't know up from down and go back to school and all that bullshit," which doesn't faze me. But the fact is that they're not able to imagine anymore. They're not able to imagine what that distance would entail, how far that distance, what that would mean, truly, in terms of perspective, from East Coast to West Coast Canada and the States, what that would mean. And also just about the corona and it's just everything, I really hope that this flat earth revelation explodes onto the mainstream sooner than later, to shut everybody up. Whether the earth is a globe or it's flat, I just want to know. And I don't want the powers that should not be to rage quit. No. You see, guys, I'm going in and out here. I'm getting bad connection. Motherfuckers think that I'm stressing. Nah. So yeah, basically what I'm saying is whatever the shape may be, I really could care less. That is not why we're here doing this. We're here doing this because we're just truth. That's all we are. Just trying to get the truth out, no matter what it means. I don't care if the truth means that we are living on a fucking cube. You know what I mean? I don't care if it means that we're living on a fucking pretzel, like Dredd said. So, keeping up to date with this eclipse that we should be seeing, that some of us should be seeing, and the others should not. Yeah, I see it. Now, you know what? I have a problem with what I'm seeing outside already. And I want y'all, and I really want the people in here that are not flat earthers, who are, globe believers. I really want you to answer me this question. Why isn't there a shadow? Why isn't there a shadow from right now? Where are my mods at? Where the fuck are my mods? Where are my wrench squad? Handle your business out there. Okay. Why isn't there a huge shadow streaking out from behind the moon? If that's the solid body going in front of the sun. You know, like when I'm not looking up into the sky and seeing like a shadow being casted. Oh, no. Forgive me if I don't 100% believe that whatever that is that's causing the sun to be shaded out, forgive me if I don't believe that it's a solid object. Because a solid object would leave a shadow, and I'd be able to see that shadow, especially through atmosphere. Like, you know how like you see like the sun streaking, or like you see a bird flying in the sky and it casts a shadow? Maybe not. Maybe you guys haven't really paid attention to that. I'm an artist, so I see what should be. When I see it once, I remember it. I lock it in, and I see what should be and what shouldn't be. Now, in the flat Earth model, for any of the globers out there, and whatever, if you don't, if you've never heard of this model, whatever, if you haven't looked into it, this is it. You got the flat plane, right? This mountains, whatever. You got the plane. You got the sun. And you got the moon. And I'm going to place the moon higher than the sun, because in the flat Earth model, it is. Okay? Now, if something opaque is the opposite of transparent. If something opaque was to come in front of our field of view, in front of the sun, then it should leave a shadow. Okay? We should see that in the sky. Just like when you see the clouds and you see some shadow. Okay? We should see that. If a bird is flying, you would see that. Now, clouds, although they're not solid, they still are opaque enough to create shadows. Okay? That is, I'm not even arguing that. That is, obviously, it's 100% fact. Okay? So we're not seeing the shadow. So enough said, I'm like the flat Earth Bob Ross. Yo, big shout out to Bob Ross and to Show Enough for that comment, man. That was hilarious. That actually brought a little bit of laughter to me today, right there. Just like how a sundial works and creates a shadow, right? So that you know what time it is on the flat plane. We should be able to see, I should be able to look up right now and see the shadow of the moon. And when it gets here, the shadow should be like this. And when it comes over, say over here, it should be like this. Okay? But we don't see that, because you see how the shadow always moves away from the light source, right? Now, if the shadow always moves away from the light source, right? Say this is the sun, and this is Earth making its orbit, okay, around the sun. How come when you buy a home, you ask what direction is the shadow facing? You say you want a south-facing home so that you can have the sun, all-day sun in the south, right? So you can grow your garden, right? And you wake up every morning and the shadow is on your east, and or the east, like, or on the left of your property, sorry. Say every morning the shadow is on the left of your property, and then when it sets, it's on the right of your property. Well, if you notice that 180 degrees in the opposite direction across the sun, your shadow in your house that your house is casting is still in the same exact position when you're on the other side of the sun. So when you're on this side of the sun, say it's the summertime, your shadow every morning, say, is like this. Well, wait for 6 months of the year and you'll see every morning the shadow is in the same direct position. How is that possible when you're on the different side of the sun? It's impossible. It doesn't even change. It doesn't change by degree, like, you know, January, you know, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, boom. Now the sun's here. No, every morning it covers the same part of your fence. Every evening it sets on the same part of that rock. Go out and look at it. 6 months later, it's going to be the same. That's why you ask for, you know, a south-facing home, because it's going to be constant. You ask for a home that, you know, is not going to cast shade on the side of your house, so that you can grow a garden at the side. You say, oh, look, real estate agent, I'm looking for a house that it doesn't get shaded on the sides of it because I like to grow my shit on the side of it. Okay? Well, every month of the year, it's gonna rise and set, that shadow, in the same fucking position. But if we're going around, how does that work? Anyways, that's getting a little off topic. I'm talking about how I can't see a shadow coming off that moon. It's pretty telling, unless what's actually happening is the sun's light. Well, this is just what I have to think about. The sun's light may be getting eaten up. It may not be getting interfered with. It may just be getting retracted, you know, subtracted. You know what I mean? It's like the sun actually changes its size and shape. So, I mean, the whole thing about what I just said about the moon should have a shadow. We should be able to see the shadow of the moon. Since that's not happening, and on the flat earth model, it's saying that the moon is higher than the sun, further away from the sun, then there still has to be something. It doesn't have to be. I'm just thinking out loud. There still is something that is interfering with the sun's shape of what we see and causing it to get dark. I'm not saying that something is going in front of it. I'm not saying something is eating it or like intermeshing with it. All I'm saying that there's something that is causing the sun to lose its light the same way the moon gains its light and loses it, and gains it and loses it. And you know what? I've just decided right now I'm talking to the flat earth choir out here. Because anybody else, you know, that's like trolling or whatever, they're not here to actually think and learn and have an open mind and an open heart. They're here to cause a distraction, which is okay. And maybe they succeeded, maybe they haven't. But all I know is that I got more likes on this video right now than I have people watching, and that says something. All right, so suck it. I really want to get out there and Babies are born thinking the earth is flat until they start a poison diet. Yeah, straight up. What's going on, Nakiton? Okay. I really want to show enough. You said, how long have I been contemplating this idea? It's been about 2 years now. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I saw the flat earth thing. And I was like, that's so stupid. I'm not even going to click on it and waste my time. And then about just 2 years ago, I started looking into it. And actually two summers ago, I was with my brother talking to him about the flat earth. And he laughed it away. I was still very new at it. I didn't even know. No, see, the thing is, sure enough, is that no, it's not too long, because remember, sure enough, it's not like I'm like debilitated now from like doing a job or carrying out, you know, my chores or like carrying out my day-to-day errands, you know what I mean? I still paint, I still travel, I still work, I still do all that, okay? The only thing is that I can control shit. Like if I hear a conversation about the globe, I can add in my 2 cents even more. I can be like, actually, well, no, due to parallax, it's gonna be 15 degrees displaced, and stars are blue because they're coming towards us, and the stars that are red are going away from us. I can keep up with that. You know, I can keep up with how, you know, gravity causes the fabric of the space-time continuum to condense or expand, bending light as it weaves through the fabric. Okay, now that doesn't mean that I'm totally lost on the flat earth. No, I know I'm learning the flat earth model now. But I can still rock with the globe, okay? But remember, 25 years, 28 years, 30 years, whatever. Yesterday was my birthday. 2 years compared to the length of time I've been learning about a globe is nothing. Okay, so really and truly, it's not fair to completely say the earth is flat after only 2 years of looking into it. I gotta be honest. It wouldn't be completely genuine for someone to put 2 months in to flat earth, 2 years and 10 years into flat earth when they're 30 years old. That means that 1/3 of their life they were questioning the globe. That's it. That 1/3 of their life. And the other 2/3, actually the whole time, we're knowing about the globe. See, I'm learning more about the globe now, and I'm still getting more likes than views. So props to that. Thumbs up to the flat earth, flat power. I still know, I'm learning about the flat earth. So I can still do my day-to-day. I know more about the globe now. Anybody that's trolling right now about you're an idiot, get out of your grandma's basement or the attic or whatever, or you're high or whatever. I know, and I'm going to say this with confidence, because if not, you would have been debating on the live panels. I know more about the globe than you. It's more than likely I know about the heliocentric model more than you. Why? Because I had to, it troubled me when I heard that the earth was flat and that thousands of people were catching on and growing and learning. I had to stop and reevaluate and say, okay, well, maybe the earth isn't a globe, okay? And so I looked in, I tried to debunk the globe. I'm trying to be out here explaining, you know, the orbit of the moon is twice as fast as the earth. So although we're going from west to east, it's going to be going from east to west. All that BS. You know, it's really funny how people think that they're smarter than NASA. You know what I mean? NASA says in 3 months we will let you know why the shadow is moving in this direction. Well, you should already know that. This should be already locked in. It's not like anything different's happening here. It's an eclipse. But suddenly NASA needs 3 months to explain why it's moving in an opposite direction that they never expected before. And then on top of that, oh shit, yeah, I can see it now. I can see that body coming in front, but I can't see a moon. I can't see, it's not the moon, because I don't see a shadow, first of all, being casted. I don't see any reflected light coming from the earth back up onto the moon. I don't see the back of the sphere. That's what I'm saying. I don't see the back of the sphere. Why? No shadow. That should be a very big shadow. Now, I believe that people in California are seeing this in full right now. I really want to stop this live stream so I can go see all the other live streams happening around the world. I left my laptop somewhere that I shouldn't have, and so I don't get that I don't have that simultaneous play. But I'm not seeing right now. I am not seeing an opaque body move in front of the sun. In my opinion, call me an idiot, call me what you want. I really don't care. But to me, that can't be opaque. That cannot be an opaque body. There's no reflected light. There's no shadow. Crazy. I'm going to go hop into another, I'm going to probably go on another live stream because some other people probably got this happening live right now. The lunar eclipse I'm going to have happening live. Me and Judge are going to do that, the lunar eclipse. There should be one coming up soon. If you notice that these things are happening more and more frequently as we get older.
How old are you going to be?
I don't know if it's time speeding up or if it's the cycles speeding up, or I don't know if there's been like a delay and now it's like catching back up. All of these things are entering my mind. But yeah, so for everybody out there, go look at the beginning of the live stream. Go see exactly how I showed you that no matter where you are on the globe, this should be eclipsed. No matter where you are, from the very east to the very right, from the very east to the very west, that we should be all seeing the same event, especially from 93 million motherfucking miles away. Can I get a flat power? All right, I got a bunch of cousins that just came over. They wanted to watch the eclipse. Stay safe, y'all, because truly this is a powerful time. Blue Chris, I'm gonna give you a wrench right now. There you go. You're a moderator now. Just because I know you, we rock out together on the same panels. So, what I just showed today is, it's not conclusive proof. No, it's not. It's not world or life changing. No, it's not. But you know what I just did? I just demonstrated that you don't have to just sit back and chill behind your computer. You can actually get outside and set up some things for yourself just to see the physics. You know, just to see what's really going on. You can do it yourself at home. Okay? Try to set up the model. Try to do it yourself. And I think that no problem, Blue Chris. Yeah, yo, bro, you're the truth, man. We always rocking together, no doubt, man. I feel you. So you can do experiments. You can do simple experimentation and reduplicating. Okay, we can on our own, on the strength of just our own ingenuity and our own knowledge and our own education, we can get it. And with all the diagrams that I've, think about everything that I drew up today. Think about everything that I said and really marinate on it. And don't think that 2 months or 2 years is too long. Okay? Don't think that's too long, because remember, you could be 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 of thinking it's a globe. So give it some time. You know, I can't stand when people said, yeah, I looked into it for 2 weeks and I decided it's still a globe. 2 weeks, and you're how old? Okay, there's a lot of degrees of physics that we are missing here, that we are not including, that are not being incorporated, that we're missing. We're trying to piece together the puzzle. So with that being said, go subscribe to D Marble. Go subscribe to Dreads at You Being Exposed. Go subscribe to Brother Sanchez Live TV, or Brother Sanchez Live, or Bro Sanchez TV. Go subscribe to Jeranism, to Glowbusters, to Subtle Infinity, Authentic Intent, etc., etc. Low Freak. This is Masterpiece. Flat Power. Go get out there and watch this eclipse, but be careful. I know that they're putting chemicals up there and all that bullshit. So be careful. Study this eclipse. Do what you got to do. The Earth, it may be round, but it's not a sphere. It may be round, but it's not a sphere. Big difference. Flat Power. This Earth is a plane. It's an infinite plane. Peace and love.